Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Dr. Anupama Singh with me. She has been a prior scientist and she has been a food and drug analyst, assistant professor, author, mental coach, motivational speaker, and she has transformed the lives of many students. I welcome you, Dr. Anupama. Thank you for being here on my show.
Thank you, Sarah. And first of all, I would like to thank you for bringing me on this type of a show. And it was really amazing to connecting you because, after such a long time, we were not in connection. And, just getting to know about you, that you are, apart from being a professional, an IT professional, you are a model, you are a, best beautiful smile. And, you are a writer also, you are a YouTuber also, a great influencer, and influencing and transforming the life of so many individuals. It was really amazing to connect you. So I'm really very thankful and grateful to you to bring me on this platform.
It's my honor as well. And I feel, a leader is one who motivates others, guides and inspires others. And your work I've seen recently on Facebook that really can give direction to students in a very right direction. So please tell us about yourself.
So before, I'll be telling you about myself. First of all, I would like to tell you about my schooling. I have been born and brought up in Lucknow. It is a beautiful place, and my connection to Lucknow is very lovely. And I am still in Lucknow after so many years. I have done 14 years of schooling from Lamachinier. I did my UG and PG from Lucknow University, and then I did my PhD from AKTU. That is still a technical university in Lucknow. And after doing all these things, then I'm also a family woman. I have a beautiful daughter and an inspiring husband. And I am a food and drug analyst, as told by you, a scientist turned into a professor, and now also a mental coach. I have transformed the life of 10,000 students over the past 10 years, and now I'm here on a mission to help at least 1 lakh students become leaders in their field, live a life without compromise, in alignment to the aspirations of their parents. Because I feel that parents are your real investors, and you have to be in alignment with your parents' dreams and aspirations. Then only you can progress in life. Wherever you are trying to go, with those blessings of the parents and all, you have to convince your parents, you have to be in alignment with those aspirations. Then only you can lead and a very successful and a progressive life.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. So just now, what all you're doing for your goals?
Just now, I am, I have left already 4 to 5 government jobs. And people were asking me, abhi jobs kyun chhod rahe ho, security hai, paisa hai, everything is there. And you got everything, but then, something inside me, wanted a vent to come out. I just now, I'm teaching, I'm a teacher, I write books. I have written the books that I've authored that was about chemistry. So chemistry was not giving me such a big platform to talk to many audience, So what I did, I'm writing a book. It is a joint venture with my daughter, and the name of the book is True Inspiration. And it has been written from the perspective of a kid, of a youngster and an adult. And in that book, you will be getting the tools and techniques to be independent right from the day you read the book. So I and my daughter are working on it. I love to, learn and then teach. I just want to upgrade myself every time, I'm a professor, but that learning spirit is still alive in me, and I love to learn a lot. I read a lot, I'm a voracious reader. I cannot sleep without reading 50 to 80 pages per day on an average. So if I've got to sleep, then I have to read. This is what I am telling you. And apart from all these things, I feel that we all are just energies. You are an energy and I'm also an energy, and that energy is inside all of us. And so I have started practicing Reiki and pranic healing also.
Wow.
And I really feel, after doing all those Reiki practices, it really calms me down. And because I also feel that medicine will not be a solution to the problems. The COVID came, and the solution to all the problems will not be a physical form of medicine. It has to be something related to your energy. And if you are able to heal up your energy, then you will never, you will not be able to get sick, and if you are sick, then you can heal yourself. So I'm working on this area also. So these are the areas I'm working on it. Thank you.
That's amazing, and that's truly what everyone needs to understand, that we all have energies and we can heal ourselves through energy only. Even I'm doing that, so great to know that.
I know. Yeah, I know that.
So what apart from all this is your spiritual mantra or passion in life?
I'm passionate about learning and teaching. It is a circle. Learn from the mentors, then teach it to the people that are around you. Teaching and learning is the real passion of my life that I've discovered. And I'm a professor, I love to teach, and but chemistry was not going to my students. I was not able to connect to my students with chemistry. And the day I started motivating my students, and I started with all these motivational talks, the number of my students in my class increased, and now the connection that I'm feeling with my students, that's what I'm about. Once they leave the college, and if they come back to me, that is my real, you can say the real reward that I get after teaching them. So I'm very passionate about, teaching and learning. And apart from all this, spiritual mantra, Shweta, what happens is initially people used to think that spirituality is, or it has to be adopted when you are after 60 years. Go in a jungle and practice some kind of meditation and all that thing. This is what the concept of spirituality was. But having times, there's no way out. Now, spirituality is not your choice. It has become the need of the hour. You have to become spiritual. You have to go into spirituality if you want to achieve anything in your life. Right. And my spiritual mantra is acceptance. One word that I, get synonymous with my spiritual mantra is acceptance. We can't change we can't change our past. We can't change our future. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We cannot change our past. The present is there. And, we sulk about those situations and those, people that are not according to our wishes. So once the spirituality teaches us to become spiritual, you to adopt the spirituality and accept the fact. I'm saying if something bad is happening to you, be happy. Now suppose, I just take an example. So I just read a book, Hal Elrod. He is the author of Money Miracles, and a number of books he's written. So I've read a number of books of this author. And that he says about a 5-minute rule. If something bad happens to you, it is up to you, it is your choice whether you want to sulk for that incident that happened in your life for 5 minutes, for 5 hours, 5 days, 5 years, or even the whole life.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that be happy. If accidents happen, then definitely you cannot be happy. But if you are happy, then you become excited. If you are sad, then you become depressed. And in between the excitement and depression is a very small space of peace. And the moment you accept that accident, that anything that is not up to your mark, you accept that thing, you are it properly, and you find a positive direction to your life. So my spiritual mantra is acceptance, and the moment you accept, you become peaceful, and then the productivity and all the areas of life, just you are enhancing each and every.
Sorry, you are on mute. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very well said, truly. And that is what we all need to learn, because since childhood, our learning and programming has been in such a way that we need to now relearn the true.
Unlearn. Definitely.
Very well said. So how are you coping in this COVID situation?
Actually, COVID was really a blessing in disguise for me. It was a time to introspect myself. I was deciding I was also given this excuse, I didn't have time, I don't have time. But when I had a lot of time, then exactly what I did was to introspect myself. I unlearned a lot of things, because those were limiting beliefs that were, just holding me back. And once I got rid of those beliefs, that these beliefs are no more serving me, I have to get rid of these beliefs. I was on a different platform. And it has been the past 6 months only that I've come on social media, I've come on Facebook, I've come on all the social medias, and it's really a different attitude towards life. So this COVID time, I think for everybody who is a positive thinker, who wants to do something in life, this time has been given by the universe, And by the way, I was just like to tell you, one of my mentors was telling me who invited this COVID situation. It is we all who invited the situation. I'll tell you how. Like whenever a family or friends or they wanted some of our time, we were always like, we had an excuse that we time nahi hai. And some people went on to say that abhi to marne ki bhi fursat nahi hai. And what happened? Like we collectively created this vibration that we don't have time and we need time. And this universe responded and it gave us the time. And now when we had time, we are again complaining and blaming we have too much of time. So like this is the thing, And if in this COVID situation, it was a beautiful time. I introspected myself, I learned a lot of things. And I was on a completely different platform now. So thank you, universe, for giving this opportunity, in fact, to with my dreams.
I also feel the same, and most of the people, death is painful. These times are painful, but still, all those who are safe, they need to see what they can learn, and in this time, and not waste time.
Yeah, definitely, not waste time.
So, how you would like to give messages to students about leadership qualities and skills?
See, actually, I've just, because I do workshops and all also. So, like my leadership, leadership comprises of a simple formula that is C cube S cube. And C cube stands for, there are 3 C's, that is commitment, I will just give an example. If there is a student, there is a guy who plays cricket in the gully, and there is Viren Sehwag who plays for India. And what is the difference between this batsman who plays for India and batsman who plays on the playground or in the streets? It is the consistency that differentiates them. All these cricketers, no matter what, they are going to practice 365 days. And what these mediocres do is that they do something for some hours, for some days, and then they stop it. That is what differentiates you from a leader or from a mediocre. So if you've got to do something in life, you've got to have a very good communication skill. You should have a commitment. Deadline should be there, and you have to complete that work by that deadline. And you have to have a very good consistency. Then the second part of the formula is SQ, that is self-belief, self-awareness, and above all, self-love. Because if you don't love yourself, then how can you spread the message of love? Awareness, self-belief, these all are things that comes from spirituality.
True.
Once you become spiritual, when you align yourself with your inner self, then these qualities, they come over. So these are my spiritual mantras. It's just simple C cube, S cube. It's what I teach in my workshops.
That's so awesome. So I'll tell everybody now, learn Anupma's C cube and S cube. Awesome concept. Very well framed. Yeah. So any general message you would like to give to youngsters and students for learning and education?
Definitely. I am dealing with UG and PG students basically, So all the students, they regularly come to me, and I tell you what they tell me. Mummy ye keh rahi thi, Papa ye keh rahe the, but hum ye chahte hain, And I ask them one question, that are you ready to take your responsibility? These youngsters, they have a very big problem that they don't take their responsibility. They want to do something, then they leave it and do something else. Yep. I tell them, if you are there to take your responsibility 100%, that means if you fail or you succeed is all right, it's good. When you succeed, it's very good. But in case you fail, do you have a backup plan? And if you have a backup plan, go and convince your parents, and I'm sure that they will be convinced. And then they say, nahi, abhi socha nahi hai, abhi karenge, sochenge, karenge. I said, this is the problem. You are not ready to take your responsibility.
True.
That is why you are not able to persuade and convince your parents. So my message to youngsters is, take your responsibility 100%. First thing. Then my second message to youngsters is, even we all are also in that group only. What happens that, we have to have something in our hand, in our mind. We cannot sit silently. We cannot sit for even a minute. And that is a very big problem. addiction to gadgets and everything, our mind requires something, and that is what spirituality teaches you. You've got to be very peaceful with yourself. These youngsters don't like their company. They want the company of the mobile, they want the friends, but they do everything, but they will not be alone with themselves. And this is what is creating problems, because when you are not alone with yourself, you don't like your company, then who else in the world will like your company?
Yeah.
This is what my message to youngsters is: start loving yourself. Whether you are alone, whether you are with somebody, you should be yourself, and love yourself. And you have to take your responsibility and be yourself, be original, away from the gadgets. There is a life away from gadgets also, and away from friends, because you are born alone, you will leave this earth alone. So why just in between you are just becoming addicted to all these gadgets and everything like that. So my message is, and above all, have patience, because these youngsters, they don't have patience. True. They do one thing, they leave it, and then do another thing, then also leave it. They don't get anything to the end, and that is why they are not getting enough results. So become responsible, self-love yourself, and be patient. Results are waiting for you. Universe is ready to respond to you, but give time to the universe and the energy to respond to your messages. This is my message for the youngsters.
Yeah, you in fact analyzed it so well and elaborated it so well. I think all students who are watching, please pay attention to the words which Dr. Anupma is saying, and that will really, really help you in these times and going ahead for your future guidance. So, if you'd like to elaborate on what is the difference between leaders and managers to students so that they understand it.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question, as you have already told, leader is somebody who inspires, who motivates, and doesn't push you to do work. He or she is there to just inspire you, and you do the work. Now, I keep coming to my books, Again, I read a book, Stephen Covey. I've read a number of books of this author. So Stephen Covey has written his book, and he beautifully illustrates the difference between a leader and a manager. There is a team of 10 or 20 people, and they're lost in the jungle. So they're lost in the jungle. It's getting late. It's getting night. Now what happens? That one of them in that team, he gets onto the highest tree top. He analyzes the situation. He sees all around the jungle, and he finds the correct way, the right way that has to be taken by all the leaders so that they reach the destination quickly. So the role of the leader is to find out that path, to find out that area, that path where you are going to go. And the role of the manager is to see how well that plan is going to be executed. The path has been laid down by the leader, and how well that plan has to be plotted is the role of the manager. And Shweta, what happened? Like when I was selected after this, where I'm teaching, I became a professor over there. Then what happened? That I was the HOD of the institute of my department, and I mistook myself as a leader. But before reading the book, I was also, executing the task given by the government, given by the principal, and apart from teaching can be a little bit innovative, it can be a little bit creative. But apart from teaching, I was just executing the functions assigned to me by the principal and by the government. And after reading this book, I really got to know that I am not working as a leader. So he understands the problem. He is basically a problem solver, a risk taker who takes calculative risks, and then finds the exact path for the students. And this is where I came up with the idea of future leaders. So this future leaders, the workshop that I do under this banner of future leaders, that is where I understood myself that I am not supposed to be a manager. If I want to become a leader, then I should chalk out the pathway for my students so that they become successful in life, no matter what happens, anywhere, and any type of situation comes in their life.
Great. So what do you suggest should be the habits of a successful leader?
Habits are very important, because these are the habits that make you. These habits, they make you every day in and day out. So my important message is that you should work on your mindset. You know, the main important thing is your mindset. And you know, like the main habit, you know, is about your, you know, the goals. You know, again, one of my mentors, his name is Vishal Lakhiani, and he tells about, you know, these leaders and all, they have, you know, you mistake yourself to be a leader, and what happens that you know, these goals and all, these are coming from outside into you. Your parents are telling you, your teachers are telling you, friends are telling you about your goals. And when these goals come from you, you know, when you get aligned with yourself, and then you pick up those habits, you become proactive, you take your responsibility, you don't blame anybody, you don't give excuses for your works that are not complete. These habits, you know, and you are a very good time manager, you manage time, you know the importance of the work, and you know the difference between the importance of the work and the urgency of the work. You are a very good goal setter. Then you know you are on the path of becoming a leader. Because unless and until you understand these differences, these subtle differences, there are very little differences. But unless you understand and make habits according to them, you will not be able to, you know, become leader in your particular field.
True. So coming up to, you know, if you would have been given a power for one day, what would you do or change in
If I am given a power, I would like to change the mindset of these youngsters, you know. You know, these youngsters, they are the power of the country, and they are, you know, wasting their time. They don't understand, like, they don't understand the power of self-development, personal development. You know, personality development is an integral part, and this is what they don't understand. So if I'm given the power, I would definitely like to change the mindset of these individuals so that they start investing on themselves. They start investing time on themselves. They start investing upon their, you know, requirements, their needs, and you know, they develop themselves in such a way so that they become, every individual has potential to become a leader. But all of them are not able to become leaders. Just because they waste their energy, and they have a lot of energy also. But in that, you know, that is what I want to change. Utilizing the energies that is inside them, knowing their exact potential, and you know, harnessing those internal energies to become leaders and adding value to all those around them. So I would like to change.
Lovely. And I feel, you know, also that sometimes there are hardworking students, but correct guidance is not there. So all students do follow Dr. Anupuma's Facebook page and do look at her workshop. Please, Dr. Anupama, give details about your workshops that you're conducting and your future workshops.
Okay, see, first of all, I used to do these workshops offline, and that was a lovely experience. But because it's COVID time, you know, we have switched over to online workshops, and my workshop will be happening from 5th of October to 10th of October. So I would like to elaborate a little bit. You know, like I've already told you in my video, one of my videos, one of my mentors told me that if children are there to succeed and win in their lives, they require minimum of three formulas to succeed in life. One is the academic formula, one is the professional formula, and one is the financial formula. So, you know, the academic formula makes you a good academician, and you know, we are telling children what to learn, what to do, the syllabus is there, but we are not telling children how to do. So my workshops are designed to tell children how to become academically strong. You know, they will be, you know, they're dealing with the reading skills, the writing skills, the memory-based skills, and all these skills we teach in our workshops. Then there is professional formula. No matter from what profession you are a lawyer, you are an engineer, you are a doctor, but there are some skills that are required to become a strong professional. And you know, for this, you know, to become a strong professional, one of the skills that is required, that is communication skill. That is very essential. And unless and until you are able to communicate effectively, you will not become successful as a professional. And secondly, you will not even become a good academically scholar also. The reason some people say that there are examples who are not very academically strong, they become good professionals. But I would like to suggest over here that academics takes 14 years of your life. And if you are not good at your academics, then you know that self-confidence will be lower to that extent that you will require a number of years to just build up that self-confidence. And if you become academically strong, then what happens that you have a self-confidence, you take a good profession, and you have good communication skills. There's time management, that is goal setting, priority setting, and all these things we tell us in our workshop. And these things, when you learn all these things, you become academically strong, you become professionally strong. No matter how academically strong, how professionally strong you are, if you are not financially equipped, if you don't know the basics of finance, then you can be a bankrupt. So, along with academic excellence, along with professional excellence, financial excellence and financial tools and techniques are very essential. So we basically work in all these three areas. And my workshop from 5th of October to 10th of October will be about a public speaking skill. And Shweta, I would like to tell over here that public speaking is a skill. People tell me that I don't want to become a politician, I don't want to become a great orator, I don't want to speak in so many audience. So why should I do this skill course with you? I tell them, if you are communicating with anybody except yourself, it can be your friend, it can be your parents, it can be your teachers, it can be anybody else, you require the public speaking skills. It is the way to communicate effectively. It tells you how to organize and manage your ideas so that you are able to convince and express. So this is one skill that is required at academic level, at professional level, and at any level of your life. So we are starting with this online workshop from 5th of October to 10th of October, and it's going to be a beautiful workshop. So all those interested, they can enroll and come to my workshop.
How to enroll on it? Will there be a link on Facebook? And
yeah, I'll be giving the link on the Facebook. And anybody, if you are interested, you can write to me. There is an email also, and you'll be sharing the email, and I will also be sharing the email. If you write to me, I will share you the link and everything, all the details of the workshop there on your email.
Okay, great. So now, it's been wonderful chatting with you and coming back to a rapid fire about your personal lives. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is green. Because this color is of prosperity. It tells you growth. So this is the color that I love. Green is my favorite color.
Okay, great. And your favorite dress?
Sari, see, I'm in the sari. I love the sari. Typical Indian sari. My favorite dress.
And favorite actor and actresses?
Akshay Kumar is my favorite actor because of the extraordinary discipline at this age that he is, determined. The disciplined attitude towards life. That is why he is one of my favorite actors. And I think all women are the best actresses. So there is none other favorite actor. But if you insist, Madhuri Dixit, because again, this age factor and the thing that she's doing at this particular age is really lovely. And it's amazing to know her as an individual and as an actress.
True. They inspire, yes, they do inspire. And I believe apart from celebrities, whoever is doing any important work and helping out people, they all are important leaders in their own way. And equally you are. So,
thank you. Thanks so much.
What are your hobbies?
See, my hobbies is reading because I love to read. And apart from my reading hobbies, I love to spend time with my daughter. If she's just 9 years old, and she inspires me a lot because she's fresh in her ideas, and knowing her perspective really enlightens me up. Acha, this is also there. Acha, this can be thought in this way also. She gives me lovely and beautiful ideas. And this concept of love, that is what she told me. Mama, why can't we write a book? Because you are different from me and I am different from you. Let's write a book. So I said, yeah, this is a very good idea. That's why we start from this different stuff.
That's so wonderful, like your daughter collaborating with you for the book. And students, do go check out Dr. Anupma's book. One will soon be out and the other one is on chemistry, which is already there. Whoever needs help in chemistry. And if you all need help with IT career management, you can go and check out my book. That's IT Job, Be Your Own Guru.
Oh.
Yeah, and consult me for career management for any IT management queries that you have. And it's lovely chatting with you, Dr. Anupma. Thank you for being there on my show.
Thank you for calling me on your show.
Take care. Have a nice
Very
day.
nice.